Yo, yo, it's JSF. How y'all doing? I hope y'all having a good one. Happy Easter if you're into that sort of thing. So I want to talk about fighting game skill. In order to talk about fighting game skill, I have to talk about what it is, why it's important, and the problem this game has that kind of deteriorates it, or not even necessarily that. It kind of just discourages it, right? And I do want to show a couple of things, but before I even get into that, right? You know how we have all fought against players in fighting games where we thought, okay, this dude is not that good, or I shouldn't lose to this player, or like, wow, you really did that, or like, wow, okay, you're just doing like random nonsense, right? People get called scrubs, people get called frauds, people get called all different kinds of things, right? Basically what we're trying to say when we are in our salty moments and thinking all these things is, hey, this player is not playing with fighting game skill. They're not playing in a manner that suggests that they have any type of skill. They're just doing whatever comes to mind, or not thinking, or running a flowchart, right? Basically, right? So what is skill, right? What is fighting game skill, right? What's skill in general? I mean, the word skill in itself means ability and expertise, right? And expertise is literally just if you look it up, it'll say knowledge, but I mean, knowledge and practical application of the knowledge are really the most important parts of it, right? Because I can know that down two is the anti-air, but if I can't do it in a match, then obviously I'm not skilled enough to do it, right? So understanding what to do and being able to do it is in executing that would be like the fighting game skill. Basically, like, hey, I know what to do in the situation. I do the right thing, and the right outcome, whatever should happen theoretically, right? This is all on paper stuff. So I want to show a clip, and I want to show a clip from Ryan Hart that I saw on Twitter. I think it's a great clip. I think it's super great, and I think it illustrates some of what I'm talking about. So I am gonna show it. It just says a pixel and a prayer. So this clip right here is amazing, right? As you see, Kim player jumps in, gets him in the corner immediately. Pressure. You guess wrong. You get opened up. One hit to stun. Shimmy, you're stunned. Look at your life bar, bro. Full combo into super confirm because it's the last round. I want to use my super, bro. But since it's a stun combo, it scales heavy, right? So he's not dead, but he's getting hit with fireballs. Now in Street Fighter, you can't chip kill without super. So he can't be chipped to death, but he has no health. So now he plays a neutral game. V-trigger fireball does more stun, holds him in the air for a combo. Blocks a jump in. Low fireball game. Out fireballing him because Sagat has better fireballs than Ken. V-trigger fireballs as well. Now look at the health. Not that different, right? Not that bad. Jump in, boom. You just lost. Congratulations, right? Now, I think people will look at that clip two different ways. I think some people will be like, the Kim player got robbed. Some people may look at it as like, wow, he got lucky. Some people will just see, well, he outplayed his opponent, right? He played better. He used his fighting game skill. For those of you who don't know, Ryan Hart is something of a legend in fighting games. He was a very, very high level player in a lot of games, namely including Street Fighter 4. But, long story short, he outplayed his opponent, right? This is why fighting game skill is important, because in a situation where you literally can't get hit ever again, or you lose, even by a crouching jab, the fastest button in the game, anything, you got to just make the right reads, the right decisions, react appropriately, right? It's very important. And this game doesn't really encourage that, but it's very important that it'll take you much further in all fighting games, right? General fighting game skill is important because some of that stuff, like, you won't really be taught. You have to just learn, like being able to properly place your fireballs, knowing that, hey, he's in the air. If I hit him with a V-trigger fireball, it's going to hold him in place long enough for me to dash up and get a Kara DP and actually combo off of it, right? Knowing that he only needs one hit, so he may try to do anything just to land that one hit, even if it's potentially something that might trade. If he gets meter, he might spend it. There's a lot of thinking, right? It's a lot of thinking involved in this, right? Like when we saw Sonic Fox versus Tekken Master at the We Play tournament. I know I keep bringing it up, but that tournament was great. Tekken Master beat Sonic Fox. beat Sonic, won the set, put Sonic in losers, Tekken Masters and Grand Finals winner side, chilling, right? They play the first set, it is extremely close, but it's a first of 5. First of 5, down to first of 1, first of 2, first of 3, first of 5. Sonic wins the set, and then the second set, Sonic kind of smokes Tekken Master. Adaptation, right? You get better as you go along, you learn, right? It's good. Some people will say, oh, the Ken player, you know, he got robbed. He should have won. It should have been over already. But then you think about it, all the Ken player did was straight up offense. When it was time to play defense and play neutral, kind of got smoked, right? Like, I think this is another interesting example. I'll use myself in the situation. Not saying I'm as good as Reinhardt or Sonic Fox, because I am not at all, right? That I'm just not. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But I consider myself a pretty skilled player. So I had a set against a Sindel player, right, in Combat League, right? You know Combat League. I picked Joker because, you know, I just play Joker most of the time. Things start off all right, normal seemingly. You know, you get a shimmy, boom, 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 try to land another combo, you know, you get your little damage, drop a combo because it's online, it happens, you get cornered. Holy hell, getting cornered in fighting games is terrible, right? It's really bad. You try to fight your way out of the corner, and, you know, things might not necessarily go your way. You know, you end up getting like, you end up having a lead, but you end up getting supered, you end up losing a round. Doesn't really go that great, right? And I don't want to go through this whole match analysis style. I just want to talk about it, right? Like, I get opened up once and it's my whole life bar basically, right? I get opened up one really good time and it's like 50+% of my health. You know, it kind of is what it is at that point. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, that was cute. You know, tried to get, you know, tried to finish it out and solidify the round. Was unable to do so because, you know, that's just me and kind of just my luck, right? Long story short, if you are someone who is analytical, who is skilled, who is paying attention and understands matchups, understands characters, you can lose and go, okay, cool, I understand what happened. I know why I'm getting my cheeks clapped right now, right? I know exactly what this is. So in this situation, when things aren't really going your way, you don't really have the answers in that game. In Mortal Kombat 11, you're granted the luxury of switching your characters, right? Now, I do not promote counter picking at all, but that's different than switching to a character you're more comfortable with. So I picked Frost, who is the worst character in the game, and a character that everybody will say is worse than Joker, right? But I know this character's tools better, and I know like how these tools can interact in this matchup better. So I can outspace you. You can't zone me. I've got a shield to protect me from your zoning me. And I know you jump a lot. You like to scream from long distances a lot. And now I can punish you for it. I can't punish you with a lot of damage for it, right? It's not like I win the matchup, but I can compete in the matchup. And based on me making reads on you as a player, I know you're going to jump off that interactable, and I punish you for it over and over again, right? Very important. And long story short, I end up winning the set, right? I end up running it back with Frost and I win the set, right? And it's not about me being great or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying it's important to have skill in fighting games. It's important to just know how to play. It's important because you're going to run into situations where you get steamrolled, right? It's going to happen. But you will know what your options are. You will know why it happened, right? You're going to run into characters that just rounds start jumping. You try to do something, they hit you, and now you're in the corner. Fuck, what do I do? But when you get the chance to play, you make the better reads, you play the better neutral, you outspace, play the better zoning game or whatever you got to do, and you can still win with absolutely no help. I think it's something that's overlooked in this game because in Mortal Kombat 11, it doesn't really promote that, right? You can win by picking Shiva and just stomping. You don't have to think, right? You can pick Sub-Zero and just mix. You don't have to think. You can pick Cetrion, do anything into wall, anything in a tornado, rinse and repeat, right? It discourages people wanting to actually learn neutral, learn how to play, because you can win without it. But I promise you, in this game is dead. This is a dead game. It's a dead game. It's a wrap for this game. If they release more content for this game, they're smoking the finest of dust. That just doesn't, it wouldn't make much sense at all, unless it's movie skins for the movie coming out. Other than that, like releasing new characters, a new combat pack doesn't really make much sense because the game is still going to be dead. Even the people who want it will play it for a week or two and stop playing it. You know what I mean? But hey, money is money. But anyway, I just think it's important to understand what skill is in fighting games. It's really just understanding the situation you're in, being able to read, being able to react, being able to execute for the most part. And I don't mean execution like one frame links. I mean execution like I can hit this combo in this situation, or if I can't, I do the combo I can hit. I know this player is desperate. They're trying to do this, right? Like most of the times, there's a reason I can, like when I stream, right? I can talk through my matches because I'm thinking regardless. Like I'm paying attention to what's going on in the match, but I'm thinking, okay, he's probably gonna do this. He's probably gonna super look, and then they do it. You know what I mean? Like understanding those type of situations will take you so much further. So in the next NRS game, because like I said, this game is dead. In the next game, be it Injustice 3, or maybe you play Guilty Gear Strive, that'll take you further. Maybe you jump to Street Fighter, it'll take you further in that game. Like some things are universal, right? I know a safe distance to throw a fireball, right? From about here. In this game, I can EX it, make it safer, right? But, you know, it's a little different, right? And in another game, I know that, hey, I have a fireball. Cool. What's the safe distance to throw it? You know what to already try to plan around. You know what to already think about, right? What's my fastest button? What's my get off me tool, right? You know what I mean? If I'm full screen or half screen further away, what can I do to possibly combo off them? What's the guy in Street Fighter? It was the V trigger fireballs. You know, you dash up, car DP, you get a little combo. You know what I mean? You figure out what your options are in these situations, and it takes you a lot further. And then it doesn't become about the matchup, right? If you're comfortable enough with your character, this is why I can beat people with Frost, but I still say she's the worst character in the game. Because I understand the character. I beat people with Spawn, and he's not good. I understand the character well enough to know, hey, I can do this, I can do that. I have these tools in this situation, and it'll always take you a lot further. So yeah, sorry if this video seems kind of generic, but I think it's a really, really important, and I can talk about fighting game skill for a long time, but I don't want to talk y'all to death. I think it's just really, really important to understand these type of situations, because that wasn't like, that clip that I showed wasn't Reinhardt getting lucky. No, it was him outplaying his opponent 3 times over. And sometimes that's what you're gonna have to do. In Mortal Kombat 11, you're kind of encouraged to just counterpick, right? But the thing is, like I always say, if you're counterpicking, like it's different to just switch. Like let's say you play Joker and Spawn, right? You lose with Joker, then you go to Spawn. That's not counterpicking. That's just switching to another character you're comfortable with, right? But if you don't play Scorpion, right? Let's say you don't play Scorpion, pick them maybe 3 or 4 times, 5 or 10 times, whatever. But he's not one of your mains. You don't play him every day, every week. Like I play RoboCop and I zone you out. Then you pick Scorpion because you don't want to get zoned out. Against a skilled player, you're still gonna lose. Against a player who is actually skilled and like a decent level player, you're still gonna lose because you're trying to shortcut the matchup instead of just learning why you're losing, right? And I know that there are some matchups in this game that are horrible. Spawn versus Jade is a horrible matchup. It's a terrible matchup. That shit is borderline unwinnable. There's a lot of those in this game, but it will always make you a better player to understand why, right? To understand what you could do, what you couldn't do, or what character fits better, right? Like Frost doesn't beat Sindel at all. Frost, like she doesn't beat Sindel. Maybe I can't. Maybe Sindel can't zone me out, but it's still not a matchup that Frost wins, right? The whole thing with the matchup that I played, it's like if that player stops jumping. If they stop jumping off interactables, if they stop jumping so much, if they stop trying to hit, if they stop chasing the scream crush and blow, stop trying to scream at me from half screen away, they might win. But I understand this person is doing a lot of unsafe things. So let me pick a character that I'm comfortable with and I know how to deal with these unsafe things with, and that's why I won. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, kind of break it down, a little bit of match analysis, a little bit of regular analysis. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Woo. Anyway. Y'all stay safe. I'm gonna get up out of here. I feel like I have to sneeze really badly. So y'all stay safe. Enjoy your weekend. JSF. I'm outie. Peace.